I feel like we should probably get the easiest thing out the way, right? Before we get into these categories and placing anyone here, why don't we start with the easy, right? Octavio, you're a twink. That's easy, right? Who's gonna be disagreeing with that? I don't think Octavio is a bear. I don't think he's a twinkish bear. I don't think he's a hunkish bear. I don't think he's a twunk. I think we can all agree that Octavio is probably, maybe, perhaps the most twink-ish. Who's gonna argue with me on that point? Like, do you see Octavio going anywhere else on this list other twink-ish? Okay, I see a lot of people saying twink-ish. Okay, I see some of you bubbies saying twink-ish. Interesting. Hakka is twinkier? Okay, you know what? Give me a second. Let's grab the definite twinks, like twink-leaning people. Let's see that. That would be Octavio, Flay, and Hakka. What are the other twinks here? Do we know anyone else that's leaning towards more twink? Gerard? No. When I think of Gerard, I don't think, oh, that's a big ass twink. I don't think that I think that. Let's stick with these four for the time being. Other characters here are going to be politics, but for the now, we're going to stick with Ouyu, we're going to stick with Flay, we're going to stick with Hakka, and we're sticking with Octavio. Okay, you know what? Boom. That and this. What are we thinking about that so far? How are we feeling about where I just placed these two individuals here? This is a good start, I feel like. I feel like this is a good beginning. Those work. Switch them. Really? Okay, so you think who's more of a twink? Flay or Octavio? Who is more of a twink in this scenario? Gold Bullet needs to be on twink? Am I a twink to you guys? We're gonna go ahead and start a poll here because I'm a little confused and I'm a little scared and I don't understand who's more of a twink, Octavio or Flay. Let's go ahead and do that very quick. Give me 1 second.
Later.
Flay is bearish twink. Oh, you know what? Kinda, maybe. I feel like I see your point, but at the same time, I'm like, no. Like, there's something in me that's like, I'm not too sure if that's possible. Let me look at this. Oh my goodness. Octavio? That's interesting. See, if we're talking body types, then I thought that maybe Flay would be the most twink-like, just based on appearances, body structure. But it's really gonna get close. I mean, Flay's at 43%, Octavio's at 57%. There is a clear winner here. I'm gonna give that maybe 30 more seconds. We're gonna let that vote just maybe sit there a little bit more. Based on appearances, true. Body and appearances, Flay. So what are we accounting here? Are we accounting more visual elements? Are we accounting personal appearances? Or is maybe elements of like what makes a person? Like, what are we accounting here for? How do we make this list? These stereotypes go purely by appearance. Really? Body, both? You know what? Yeah, I feel like maybe a mixture of both. It would have to be personality, and it would also have to be a good mixture of them both. I'm getting confused now. Hey, same here. I'm like wondering, how are we judging this list and how are we placing them? We're judging it by personality and appearance. So between Octavio and Flayon, the most twink-like, and the people have spoken. Look at that vote. Who is more of a twink? You guys have spoken. As it appears, Octavio, with a 53% lead, is the most twink-like. Okay. Now, I'm not going to argue any points here. I think you guys have more power than me. You guys been watching the boys a lot more than me, so we're gonna go ahead and do a big old switch them. There we go. I feel like twink and tweakish at this point are pretty much similar categories, but I'm gonna let you win this. You're the king of the crop, you're the king of the ring right now. You are the twink of the twink. To be fair, they are both. I feel like they're both within this range. I mean, is it possible for them to share the same twink triangle? Probably. Here's a good question. Ouyu. Where does Ouyu go? Once again, I don't watch much of my JB Senpai strictly because they speak a completely different language. But anytime I have ever watched Ouyu Senpai, once again, very soft-spoken. I feel like this guy is a lot more smart than any one of the Ian combined. Ouyu is twink. Ouyu is kind of twinky to me. Twinkish. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. They're not like completely on the twink side. I'd say that they're very twinkish. That I agree with. I think that's good. Let's make some space for the both of them. Hold on. There we go. Nice. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. Leaning more into close to Hunk. Ooh, you think so? Twinkish Hunk, not gonna lie, with his attitude with his fans. Oh, you know what? I'm hearing you out on this one because most of you probably understand Japanese a bit more than I do. So maybe, what if we do this? Let's go ahead and lean them more towards the hunker side. There we go. Are twinks generally shorter in height? I think it's like most of the time, twinks could be tall. Twinks can be tall. For the most part, I feel like in my mind, the archetype is like they're very slender in appearance, they're very thin, they're very elegant, they're very small. I feel like that's the kind of archetype we're thinking when it comes to like something of this nature, something like that. It's not always necessarily, oh, tiny little guy. Sometimes it's like tall guy, you know, tall, slender looking man. Hakka, ooh, dude, I watch a lot of Hakka, and to denounce him as a twink, I feel like Hakka is a man's man though. Sometimes he says things where I'm like, brother, I agree with you. Brother, I tend to agree with that statement. Like, I don't think he's a complete 100% twink or twinkish. He's definitely somewhere between these two right here. He's between bearish twink or a honkish twink. Maybe honkish. Twunk? A twunk. Okay, now what is a twunk? Let's look up a twunk. We need descriptions. I need to see this. He's a twunk. We look just like twigs. Tall twinks represent. Here, let me see something. Twunk definition. Okay, a twunk is a young, slim, but muscular gay or queer man. Muscular? Really? Does Hakka have any sort of muscle definition? Does Hakka have any sort of muscle definition? He should. I like that. Based on that description alone, twunk, you have to have some type of musculature like body archetype. Now, I think Hakka has a defined body type, but when I look at my boy, I don't think, oh, this guy is absolutely fucking ripped. When I see someone ripped, that's either between Shinri, Axel, or Ogo. I feel like when we're talking ripped, we're talking the big three right here. Maybe Ruse too. Put Ruse in here. And then myself. This is like the ripped gang right here. We are the strong boys. I think that we can agree on. When I think of strong boys, I don't really think like, you know, Hakka kind of fits in here, but he could. He could. It's about the archetypes, the body archetypes. Since Hakka wants to be a twink, let him be a twink. Where's Rio? Rio's right here. We got Rio on this list. Where am I putting you? Okay, let's look at it then. Let's see if he has any muscle definition. Let's just go ahead and see. Ban Zoin Hakka. We need to have a very close inspection on the musculature. I think that's probably a very important thing to like analyze right now, considering that we're having a bit of trouble figuring out where he is on the alignment chart here. Let me go ahead and open up the image that I just saved. Let's see if we can pop it up. He's a lesbian. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not on this list. Okay, here's Hakka. Let's have a look. Okay, so far I'm not seeing any muscular tone. I'm seeing platformers, all right? And what could be possibly be hiding between these long pants? Ooh, wait, I kind of see it. I'm looking at the arms. The arms are giving. They're giving twink. They're giving twink energy. I agree, lesbian. His neck. Let me look at the neck. Oh. Let's go ahead and grab someone like, who's big boy? Who's big boy? Shinri. Let's compare, okay? Let's compare the neck size. I think this is probably where we're gonna be, maybe, perhaps even, I see that neck. Okay, we got Shinri. There's Shinri right here, okay. Let's go ahead and see. This boy has so much neck. And okay, let's grab Hakka. Okay, neck maxing. There's clear body types here. Shinri is definitely much more heavy set. Wow, Hakka on this hand, bit more small. I think that I know there's a massive difference. I think that maybe this helps us just a little more understand where Hakka is. Here's my take. Here's what I think. I think Hakka, funnily enough, this triangle happens to be purple. Once again, here's my point. Sometimes it's between bearish twink or honkish twink. I mean, he's not, no, bearish would imply that he has like very tone to like a big boy. That's not him. No, you know what? I'm switching up. Honkish twink. I think this is probably where Hakka is. There are times where like I'm watching Hakka and then he says something where I'm like, yo, brother man, dab me up. I understand. Like, I get it, Hakka. When I have that connectivity with another fellow Balikwa boy, I'm like, okay, well, now I understand it a bit more. Now I understand you. But if you look at the archetype here, if you look at the body type and everything like that, this doesn't really scream bear to me. Like when you see this body, you don't go, oh my goodness, get a load of that bear. If you were to show this like a random citizen on the side of the street, an image of this body, they would probably go, oh, that's a very slim, I would say like strong kind of body type. Maybe nothing too crazy, but I feel honkish twink probably is maybe where we can fit Hakka for the time being. Unless someone else argues a point here. I would say maybe he's more leaning towards twunk, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him maybe a little bit right there. But I think I'm feeling pretty okay with my placement so far with the boys. I think this is good. Ruse? Where is Ruse going? I never really gave it any thought. I never gave this any thought. We're talking hunky. Like, we're probably within the perimeters of the right bottom side here. We're not over here. We're not over here. We're somewhere over in this area. I feel like hunky. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Hunk-ish? Bearish hunk. And once again, I feel like bear implies that there's hair somewhere. I think we're gonna have to maybe bunk twinkish hunk. Oh, this one's difficult. Hunk-ish. What is twinkish hunk? I'm glad that you asked. Why don't we look that up very quickly? We got the internet right in front of us. Hold on. Twinkish hunk meaning. There's a comprehensive field guide here. A hunkish bear. Not as quite berry. What the hell? Oh my god, this is a League of Legends list of characters. I'm not using that. We don't need that. Oh my god, what is that? What is that subreddit? Delicate ankles? Well, the thing is, I feel like, now hear me out here. Now, I know that the body type is deceiving for Ruse. Like, he's a big boy. He's built like a brick house. You and I both know that this man has muscles. Very strong, defined muscles, right? But I feel like he has the personality of a twink. Now, that is politics. That is politics. I feel like as built as this boy is, he is pretty as a twink. I think we know that. Now that's mixing me up because he can't be a full-on hunk. So with that in mind, now bear that in mind. Now that we know that, what do you think? Oh, it's definitely somewhere in the bottom right. We should assume some boys shave their body daily. For me, I don't got time for that. For me, I don't got time to shave daily, but I do agree. I think some of these boys do make clean cuts. Twinkish hunk. Yeah, like maybe, ooh, see, I feel like this is probably where he is. Twinkish hunk-ish. I would say maybe between twunk and twinkish hunk, probably. I think I like the way the bubbies are thinking tonight. I think I like this placement that we have for Mr. Ruse, because I don't think he's not leaning or anything like that, because we do have a category quite literally right here for someone who is no leaning. Is there anyone in Holostars that is not leaning toward any of this? I think we all have a good form of category. Altare, really? I'm trying to think. Can cat hair be considered as bear hair? Good question. Altair's a hunk? I don't know. I heavily disagree. Is Altair a hunk? I don't know. Let's get Altair in here. Let's float him around here. When I think of Altair, I don't think twink. Surprisingly, I don't believe that Altair is a twink. I know looks may be deceiving here, but I feel like, you know, much like Octavio, he has a bit of a like maniacal, you know, wicked, badass side. He's soft, but he's also strong too. Hey, that is describing, those are the ingredients for a twunk. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put Altair right there. But I think the personality is not a twink. You know what? We're describing perfectly. Those are the ingredients for what a twunk is. He's a bit of an athletic. Yeah, he is very athletic. That I've noticed as well. Altair totally is a twunk. Okay, I think we can agree. We can agree here. That placement works just fine. That placement works amazingly. So far, this is looking pretty promising. So far, this is a good list. Now, okay, I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with my placement on Bettle, okay? I think we all know why we're putting him here, okay? Bettle's a bear. He's got the archetype. Big burly man. He's got the big chest. Come on, guys. We're not even gonna argue on this. Don't you start? No, we're not gonna argue on this. This is perfect. This is where he lands. I'm sorry to speak the truth. The delusion. I'm sorry that I'm spitting the truth right now. If Bettle is not a bear, then where is Bettle? Yeah, he has his own category. What do you mean by that? He's a bearish hunk? No fucking way. Not my guy. Not my other GB. No way. To say that Bettle is not leaning towards anything, I feel like is maybe even doing him a disservice. I think he's somewhere here. That's some injustice. He's Barbie personified. He has heels. Twink all the way. So you're telling me that Bettle and Octavio share the same spots? He's a stick. No, is he? Does this man have no muscle definition whatsoever? Come on. Bro is twink-ish. He isn't a stick. The purple twinks. He's all bones. Ew. You can't just say he's all bones. Oh my god. How about right there? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and maybe even argue bearish twink. Okay, I think right here is good. I'm joking, not bearish twink. No, in all caps, no. Oh my god. He's in a category on his own. Clown. We just make a separate triangle that's just clown. He's in it. When he's hungry, he's a bear. Stop trying to make him a bear. It won't happen. When the third outfit drops and he is as hairy as can be, you're gonna eat your words. You're gonna eat your words. Are we okay with where Bettle is right now? Before we go off, before we go anywhere, is Bettle okay being between twink-ish and twink? I think we're okay. I'm seeing a lot of you people in here say reevaluate Octavio. So if I'm gonna reevaluate Octavio, where would he land? Soft bear. No fucking way. No fucking way. Octavio's a soft bear. See, saying Octavio is a soft bear means that he has bear-like elements. He is built like a Victorian child. It looks like you guys are saying he's twink-ish. I see the vision. I see the vision. Okay, twink-ish. Twink-ish. Let's go ahead and reevaluate both. I think Bettle is more twink, and let's go ahead and put our boy right here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there we go. How is this? How is this? I think we're good. I think we're good. Gerard. I don't know. I don't think he is. He Gerard T. Rexford. Gerard T. Sexford. Where are we putting this fella? Twunk. You know what? Twunk? Twunk 100%. Twunk. Holy shit. That's a resounding twunk. You're telling me that both leaders? You're telling me that, of course, that our leaders are both in the twunk category? Oh my goodness. He is always preggy. Now look, I'm not too sure what Gerard always being pregnant has to do with this. They're twunk mates, twunk leaders. Seeing Altare near Gerard in the twunk category, something's itching my brain here. I'm like, is there something wrong with this list? Altair, but he's a bit more higher than him on the list. Like, I'm itching my brain up. These two are so different. How can they share the same category? What the fuck? Altair is higher with more no leaning. Okay, I agree. Let's do this. Okay, how are we feeling about this? How's this? I think this is probably maybe slightly a bit more, like, I think a bit more accurate. What do you think about this? Yeah. I like this. This is good. It's good. Look how many twinks we have. Oh my goodness. We have so many twinks in Holostars. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little silly. Like, what in the world? Flay should be bearish twink, though. You're not the only one to argue that point. I've been seeing you guys say that Flay is more of a bearish twink. Interesting. Yeah, I would say Flay is also pretty strong. Flay can pick up a full man like me, and I'm a big boy. For Flay, we're gonna go ahead and put Flay on maybe near bearish twink, and the only reason why I'm gonna go ahead and put Flay a little bit more geared towards bearish twink is simply because he is strong. And you know what else is strong? A bear. He picked me up, and I'll let you know that I'm a large guy. I'm a pretty big guy, dude. I'm not like the Giga Chad humongous chungus, but I'm big, dude. Picking me up is not easy. But when I hugged Flay, when we met in Xeno Kuni last year, he picked me up, and I was like, this boy, he's got that strength in him. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that he is kind of geared towards more bearish twink. I feel like. I think that's probably a good place for Flay. I think that's okay. I think that's good. I think we're to go ahead and maybe like, does that you know what? I feel like this works. I like the way this is feeling right now. Look at that. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? The corner's getting crowded anyways. I feel like this is probably... There we go. Let's fix that up. There it is. There it is. Okay. All right. I'm feeling it. We won.